Sampras won toss, just to serve. Time.
And this is just a sample of the reception that Foster has already had. The crowd getting really involved in the knockup, applauding every shot. And they're going to make it tough for the number one seed, who's elected to serve first.
Love.
They've had to wait a long time to come on court because they were waiting for that Wheaton-Martin match to finish, and the crowd really got warmed up watching that one. Well, Pete Sampras has been known to be affected by highly partisan crowds, and there's no doubt who the crowd, well, at least 1,800 of them around court 14 are going to be supporting.
For day 15.
Just long.
40, 15.
Pete Sampras has had the odd shoulder problem, and he was just loosening it then.
Game Sampras, first game.
So it's obviously going to be pretty nervous for both men, particularly for Andrew Foster at the start of the match. Pete Sampras, the world's current number one, he achieved that status on the 12th of April this year, and of course seeded one here. Does not have a great record at Wimbledon. Was knocked out in the first round, his first two appearances, made the second round in 1991, and then of course a semi-finalist last year, and he was seeded fifth, losing to Goran Ivanisevic in 4 sets. This year, he beat Neil Borwick in the first round. Jamie Morgan, quite comfortably, the Australian. People thought that might have been a tough one in the second round. And then Darren Black in 3 sets in the third. Again, just loosening that shoulder, Sampras.
First serve. Love.
Well, this first game is very important for Andrew. Certainly a very nice, confident start.
Okay, please lift the curtains down. Wait, please. Wait.
And there's a problem with the wind blowing the netting behind Foster up.
30 low.
Sampras is going to have to work awfully hard to keep his mind together with this support against him. Well, Foster has a tendency to 1 or 2 double faults, but he's got a big serve. He can afford a few.
A complete mishit by Pete Sampras, the ball coming very close to his body. Foster could do nothing more than just watch it.
Faults. Thirty, 40.
Can't afford too many there.
Well, this is very fortunate for Andrew Foster because it was a super shot from Pete Sampras. It was coming in, it was swinging in like a banana, but just didn't quite clip the line.
Advantage Sampras.
Second break point. Sampras again being distracted by movement behind the server's arm. Somebody playing around with a netting behind Foster.
Sampras. Sampras leads 2 games to 0.
Well, Pete Sampras hits this ball right smack in the middle of the racket. It was a terrific serve from Andrew Foster, and it really does show how well he's going to have to play to stay with this man, Pete Sampras, who's come out here with all the crowd against him and started extremely well. A great pity for Andrew Foster, because he needs to just settle his nerves. Most unfortunate that he's started not quite so well, but let's hope he settles down.
First serve. Long.
Without the help of the net, that was looking like a winning pass.
40-15.
A really good return from Andrew Foster. He needs a couple of good shots, not necessarily to win the game. He just needs a couple of good shots hit in the middle of the racket just to get his confidence and timing.
Sampras leads 3 games to love, first set.
Perhaps an unsurprising start, really. And the British number 7, Andrew Foster, 21-year-old, 6'3", as we've seen with that big, powerful serve, comes from Stoke-on-Trent, ranked 332 in the world, slightly below his best. He was up to 317 in April, and is obviously, after this run, going to be, hopefully, rather better, regardless of what happens in this match. It's his second appearance in the senior championships here. He played junior Wimbledon in 1990, got a wildcard entry last year and went out in the first round, and is of course a wildcard entry again this time. Had a very good win in the first round, beating Thomas Enquist from Sweden in 5 sets, a former junior Wimbledon champion. Then beat Luis Herrera from Mexico in 3 in the second round, and Andrei Olhovsky from Russia retired after a set and a bit more than a half in the last round. Olhovsky feeling unwell and really wasn't providing much of a match.
Quite pleased, thank you.
So he's love 3 down.
Love.
Well, it was a particularly good half-volley pickup
15-all
from Foster after the serve. This was a miss-hit, and then the fairly easy backhand pass from Sampras. Sampras confident, Foster not yet.
The impression that Foster is just striving a bit too much at the moment. Good serve.
Yes.
Going to need lots of those. Oh, it's great pass.
And this shot may have been okay against the people he's played previous in the tournament, but not against Pete Sampras. It was a good shot by Foster, didn't have any pace on the ball, though. Sampras is having far too much practice with this last shot, this one coming up. This is the third time that he's passed exactly the same position, and the third time that Foster's gone for the backhand down the line to cover the volley. So, difficult situation for Andrew. So much expectation by everybody. The crowd just willing him on, just trying a little bit too hard, and he won't relax yet until he gets a game. Full love.
Love.
Well, that was the difference between somebody ranked number 1 and somebody ranked 332.
All.
Foul!
15-30. All.
Oh!
40-30. Game Sampras. Sampras leads 5 games to love. First set.
Andrew Foster, only the 8th Briton to reach the 4th round in these championships in the Open era since 1968, and the 11th occasion that a Briton has achieved that. So he's done extremely well. For him to get any further than this would be extraordinary, Paul.
Yes, he's taken his luck. He's had a nice, comfortable draw, and draws that have been difficult but not impossible, because he's often been the grass court player against someone who hasn't preferred the grass. But in life, you've got to take your opportunities, and he's been given them, and he's taken them, and you cannot blame him for that. And now the situation is quite different, though. He's up against a totally different person in Pete Sampras, who is so experienced, and Andrew is just trying a little bit too hard. So many of the shots that he's played so far have been working. I've seen him on this court, and they've been working, but they're not at the moment. And Pete Sampras, as cool, as calm as ever, is quite happy just to get the ball back, make him play a lot of balls, knowing that Andrew Foster is at the moment a little bit nervous.
Take a seat rather quickly, please. Thank you. Quiet, please. Thank you.
the Foster backhand. Better shot from Andrew. Just take your time. No hurry at all. Plenty of time out here.
Go!
Andrew Foster is not really doing himself justice here. He can play a lot better than this. He's now got 2 set points against him.
Just listen to the crowd approval of this last rally. This was an amazing shot from Sampras, a good forehand volley from Foster, and although he might not win this set, he may lose the set 6-love. That last rally will do him a lot of good.
Thank you.
Still has set point though against him.
Cheers. Foster. Cheers.
And that's caused by just striving too high. He knows that he's got to hit very good shots. Looking for a little too much on the second serve.
Advantage Foster. Quiet please, thank you. Getting Foster. Sampras leads 5-1. Starts up.
Well, you'd think he'd won the set rather than his first game. But he should take solace in the fact that Pete Sampras is going through a lot of shoulder exercises. Sampras, of course, his first match against Neil Bork was delayed by a day at his request because of a slight shoulder strain. Now serving for the first set.
Quiet, please. Thank you. First serve. Love. Interesting that Sampras should choose to let that lob drop, whether he was in doubt about whether it was in or out or not, or whether he didn't fancy the smash. I can't tell.
his second ace, giving him 3 set points.
Net per serve.
Hakan Roos from Sweden officiating. His second double fault, but he's still got 2 set points.
Game the first set, Sampras, 6 games to 1. Ball change, please.
Six 6-1 in 26 minutes. Foster, I think, has just to try and relax. Very daunting atmosphere for this young man. He's never experienced anything like this before.
Time. Take your seats quickly, please. Thank you.
Just over 26 minutes. The first set, 6-1 to Sampras.
Quiet, please. Thank you. New balls.
Foster serving with new balls at the start of the second set.
Now 15. Love 30.
It's his 4th double fault, and on the whole, his doubles have missed by a long way.
Love 40.
And when it rains, it pours, doesn't it? A little bit of luck here from Pete Sampras, giving Andrew Foster a difficult shot to play, and then a great backhand down the line by Sampras. He really is hitting the ball well.
Game Sampras, first game, second set. First set, Sampras.
Nothing happening at all for Andrew Foster, immediately broken at the start of the second set. Paul, what's he got to do?
Well, a lot of self-doubt now going through the mind of Andrew, and one can understand it. It's a natural thing to have self-doubt when you're on the stage and the expectation level's been so great in the press. You've been interviewed 100 times, more than he's ever been interviewed in his life. He's been reading about himself on the back pages, on the front pages of the newspapers. The crowd are just behind him, and he's now beginning to think, oh God, I'm letting people down. Well, he shouldn't think that, and he's got to, if he does think it, which is the automatic thing to think, he's got to try and be very positive and say, look, I've done well to get out here. I deserve my match out here with Sampras. I haven't played well so far. I'm just going to take it easy. Don't rush. Get your first serve in and really come back to basics. That's the important thing. There's Nick Brown.
Time.
His travelling coach, John Paish, is his other coach. Nick Brown just giving him a few bits of encouragement.
Quiet, please.
Not an easy situation for Andrew. Just needs a couple of good shots on the run and a couple of games. But this man, take nothing away from him, he's in form.
Oh, late call. Sampras was convinced it was an ace. One of the problems, of course, of playing out on court 14, there's no electronic device out here.
Love 15. All.
Tim Gullickson, the man responsible for coaching Pete Sampras, must be delighted with the way he started, looking in great form.
Nice backhand volley, takes the pace off the ball. He knows that Andrew Foster's way out of court.
Third ace from Pete Sampras, nothing wrong with the shoulder there.
Game Sampras. Sampras leads 2 games to love.
In fact, we saw this in the first round against Neil Borwick. He just took a little while to warm up the shoulder, and by midway through the game, he was hitting the ball with tremendous power. But clearly there is a little niggle there.
Love 15.
And that's one of Foster's best serves, and look how it's dealt with.
What Sampras has achieved by this blitzkrieg is to silence the crowd, or at least quieten them considerably.
All.
It's one of his best.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not the right shot to play. It's okay to play those sort of shots when you're playing really well, but he's just got to keep to the basics, I'm afraid, until he gets into this match. First time that Foster stayed back as a tactic, it worked this time.
Oh!
Oh, that's well played by Foster.
Yeah, Foster. Sampras leads 2 games to 1 second set, and by 1 set to love.
This is Foster's best game by far so far. Look how he's slowing the ball down. Didn't try to go for the passing shot on that one. He knew that Sampras was coming into the net, and it was a really good game by Andrew. I'm sure that will loosen him up much more, Julian.
Foster, I'm sure, has other thoughts on his mind. Will be determined to get into this and prevent Sampras at least having a clear 3-set run.
Time.
And he played sensibly at the end of that game. He started just chipping the backhand to at least try and get himself into a rally. The problem with grass is that it can all disappear so quickly. Not many rallies, and against a player of Sampras' class, in no time at all, it's all over. Sampras serving 2-1 up.
Foster really must start to return much better, particularly on the second serves when he's given the opportunity. There's the statistic, 26%, that's all. Very low from Andrew.
Sampras said that the world #1 should at least win 1 Grand Slam in the year. So to justify the position of number one, he's got to win either here or in America, according to his words. First serve was a fault.
Second serve.
Maybe just a slight lapse of concentration by Pete Sampras there. An easy chance to pass, really.
It's not easy for Andrew to relax a match like this. Normally a backhand volley like that would have gone away much more wider. He's fairly stiff at the moment because he's still a little nervous. Again, the wrong shot at the wrong time.
Surprisingly, his first ace of the match.
Beautiful half volley, got down well for it, much better. This is how he's playing so far in his matches. Beautiful backhand volley, sending Sampras completely the wrong way.
Sampras leads 3 games to 2 second sets and by 1 set to love.
I'm sure, Paul, you'd say that was the wrong shot again.
No, I wouldn't, Julian, because he had much more time on this one. It wasn't a volley, it was a half volley, and look where Sampras is. He knew that he was a long way back. So, no, I would say that was the right time to play that sort of shot. But that will settle him down a little bit. I was trying to think, Julian, while we're commentating, of... I think the best thing for me to say is that it's rather like, for example, us, commentators or general public, having to make a very, very big speech in front of a huge audience. You know how when you make a big speech you tend to be a bit nervous and you can't stop your knees knocking or your palms start sweating. And it's rather similar to Andrew like this. He's trying a little bit too hard.
Particularly if your speech is not going down particularly well, you just get more and more nervous, don't you?
That's right. But that last game will give him a lot of encouragement. Everyone's behind him, but it's him that's got to play the match.
Quiet, please. Thank you.
good shot. Serve into his body. Trouble is, he needs 3 or 4 of those to break the serve.
Oh, that's a very good volley.
40-15.
He's a class act, Pete Sampras.
Again, Sampras. Sampras leads 4 games to 2.
Just 1 or 2 signs that the match is becoming a little more competitive. Sampras again loosening that shoulder. Foster's got to try and hang on to his serve comfortably now and start challenging the Sampras serve.
15.
Well, it may be a very much smaller audience than that which he would have had on centre court, but they're doing their best to make up for it in the volume of sound they're making.
The posture is when the ball passes him. He's not yet at the service line. Terrific return of serve, though. Yes, poor volley from Foster. He cannot afford to play volleys like that land halfway down the court against this guy. You can against lesser opponents, but not someone ranked number 1.
Super shot.
Again, Sampras. Sampras leads 5 games to 2, second sets, and by 1 set to 0.
Well, of course, it's a real learning experience for Andrew Foster. He is playing the number 1 player in the world at the moment, who is playing pretty close to that sort of standard.
Yes, it may be great for us in Great Britain to have all this enthusiasm, but for Pete Sampras it's just another match, and a good draw for him really to meet someone like Andrew Foster. It was a beautiful shot. He always looks so elegant and natural, Pete Sampras. Very quiet person, very shy, doesn't get involved in the hustle and bustle of the politics of the sport, just likes to play his matches, be around his family and coach, and is really a player of the most natural ability, one of the most natural players in the world today. When he's on form, he really is a beautiful mover. And there's his coach, Tim Gullickson. Tom, who also goes around, twin brother, the same hat. It's always very difficult to distinguish them, but that's Tim Gullickson, his coach.
We think.
And there's John Paish, and looking very worried, and Billy Knight on the left-hand side in the white tracksuit, also looking very concerned. Billy Knight, who does a terrific job working with Richard Lewis and the other members of the training department.
Oh!
15 love.
Serving to take the second set. Richard Lewis also mentioned right on the left of the picture there in a suit.
40 love.
So all the British hierarchy out in force to watch. I suspect about to see their man going 2 sets down.
Good. He's been playing like this all week so far, Andrew Foster. Hasn't come off so far. This is the best backhand pass he's done today.
Still 2 set points.
Game, second set, Sampras. 6 games to 2. Sampras leads 2 sets to 0.
Just 52 minutes they've been on court, and this is of course always the problem, as we were saying earlier, particularly on grass. If a player can't get into the match, it's over before he really knows what's happened. A spectator just dropping a ball back over the side. Sampras does the collecting. It's a ball that's come from another court, I think.
Oh!
He put a huge amount of effort into that third ace.
Sampras leads 2 sets to 0.
Well, now this is an interesting development.
Well, on the left is Bill Norris, the ATP, that's the Association of Tennis Professionals trainer. Bill, along with his physiotherapist team, are in the men's dressing room. And I must say I feel a little sorry now for Pete Sampras out here. The world's #1, the seeded #1, and it's terrible when you're at the early part of the second week and you're still having problems with an injury which forced him to ask the committee to play a Tuesday match, and also meant that he didn't play any tennis last or the week before the championships. So this is not good for Pete Sampras at all. I know we'd obviously love Andrew Foster to win this match, but it's very lucky.
It's the truth be told, really good for Andrew Foster either. I mean, the last thing he would want to do is go for a walkover or retirement now. Well, all right, he might do, but you know, Agassi or Krajicek in the next round would be very tough. Although he wouldn't complain about the money, I'm sure.
Pete Sampras hasn't been serving absolutely flat out, but let's hope his shoulder's okay.
Your balls.
Well, I think with all the distractions, they've forgot about new balls. Sampras is not looking comfortable, but he will have the advantage of new balls.
All.
Well, his shoulder might be hurting, but he's rattling the aces in. Tim Gullickson must be concerned about this shoulder injury. He'll want Sampras to get through this as quickly as he can. Foster has other ideas.
Yes, he moved almost before he served there, ready for the fast serve down the line. To the occasion, Andrew Foster. Some of the shots that he's been hitting all week or last week are suddenly coming off.
two slightly uncharacteristic errors by Sampras there, and it could easily be that he's being distracted by problems with the shoulder.
Yes, a little lapse of concentration, and also on the serve, he's not serving absolutely flat out. His first serve, he's just taking the pace off a little bit. Of course, Bill Norris knows Sampras so well. He treats the players all the way around the world. Each week he travels with the top players, so he knows exactly where the injury is.
Time. Quiet, please. Thank you.
So it's going with serve early in the third set.
This is the best backhand that he's probably, well, one of them that he's ever hit. The block returner serve, and look how deep Sampras's volley was. How he got it, I'll never know. And the luck is beginning to turn because he had the net cord.
15 all.
Oh!
30, 15.
There's much longer rallies than there was in the first two sets. He's just more comfortable out here, beginning to enjoy it.
There's no doubt that a bit of speed has gone off the Sampras service, but he's still very effective with clever placement. And even at reduced power, it was proving almost too much for Foster to get a good clean return on. 2 games all.
Big serve. It serves him well so far in the championships. He gets in very close to the net.
Quiet, please. Thank you.
The low evening sun now a problem for Sampras.
30, 15.
One little bit of the court still getting the evening sun. Quite tricky. noticeable that Sampras is starting to make more unforced errors than he was in the first set and a half.
Foster leads 3 games to 2 third sets. Sampras leads 2 sets to 0.
I think they enjoyed that one.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen a shot like this before. You won't get a more acute half volley than that. Wonderful shot. And all the signs are, with the shots he's making now, that he's relaxed, he's in control, he's not rushing. The first 2 sets, he was... it was like an express train, really. The whole match just went away with him far too quickly. Pete Sampras not taking a timeout. He's allowed the physiotherapist in between the 90 seconds that he has on the break.
The great thing about Foster in his early games was that he looked so composed. He was playing freely and naturally, and he's not been able to do that in the first couple of sets.
Time.
As you say, he's hopefully starting to do it now.
He is, and it also helps him knowing that Sampras is a little injured. A few Mexican waves going out here.
Quiet, please. Thank you.
Now it's Foster's turn to put up with the evening sunshine.
The 15.
Fifth double fault, all encouragement for Foster. There's a sense in the crowd too that something could be about to happen.
But if we did, I'm sure the radar gun would say that Sampras is serving at probably 25-30 miles an hour less speed. Sort of super backhand that Sampras has been doing to Foster, but it's his turn now.
30.
Just clips the top of the net, but it would have made an outright winner anyway.
Of a British man in the quarterfinals at Wimbledon is about as rare as a test win over Australia in recent times. We had Jeremy Bates last year, of course. You have to go back 10 years then to find Boston Mottram in '82.
Players already.
Mark Cox did it in 77 and 79.
First serve. Second serve. Love 15. Thank you. All.
Well, that's a bad shot from Andrew. A very bad shot. You can't afford those with Sampras in this quiet mood. He's got to get this game.
Foster leads 4 games to 3, third set. Sampras leads 2 sets to love.
It's very good, Paul, to see Foster starting to compete now, because I mean, I certainly felt before this match started that if he could go on playing the way he had been, that he would give Sampras a match, and I'm sure that the longer he can stay in the match, the better chance he has of doing that.
Yes, I know what you mean, Julian. I think he's greatly encouraged. Wow, what an atmosphere out here. Well, the Mexican wave's getting a little better. Well, Andrew Foster's, I think, is greatly encouraged by not only the crowd, but also by the fact that Pete Sampras has to keep on having the physio on court. But now's the time that he's got to take his chance. Wonderful reception out here. They just want this match to go on.
Thank you. Quiet, please. Thank you. Thank you. Please remain quiet to your opponent. Thank you.
Well, so many people in the crowd crowd were willing this ball not to go over. The luck still with Sampras.
Well,
Andrew Foster's really got to go for the passing shot. There was a gap down the line there, but he went for the lob. He's got to keep attacking the ball.
Yeah, Sampras. Ball in as well.
When every error is applauded like this.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Sickness.
Well, a couple of these drop shots have worked. This wasn't really short enough, and a little bit too high as well. No real problems for Sampras.
Foster leads 5 games to 4 first set. Sampras leads 2 sets to love.
How much ball do you think he's being affected by this shoulder injury?
I think he's been affected quite a lot. I think he's been affected now by the whole atmosphere out here. It's tough to play out here when you're a lone American against the sort of reception that Andrew's getting, and also the way Andrew Foster's playing right now. He's a totally and utterly different player than he was in the first 2 sets, Andrew. He's got so many good memories of how he's been playing in the last 3 rounds. There's plenty of adrenaline there. He's very cool. And he's got a great chance out here.
Please, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Players are ready.
Pete Sampras with the advantage of new balls, serving to stay in the 3rd set. seemed rather slow getting across to the backhand, and it was very tentative when he got there. He'd made an opening, but then really didn't capitalise on it.
Sampras. Ball change, please. New ball. 5 games on.
Well, I think everyone was a little confused about the state of the balls there. I suspect they went to bring them out of game too early. Now they are changing them.
Quiet, please.
So it'll be Foster with the new balls.
Thank you. Quiet, please.
Terrific footwork from Sampras. The ball bounced nice and high for him.
Perhaps feel the tension just edging in again. Foster needs to get some really big first serves in. And he's ahead on aces.
Sampras leads 2 sets to none.
And Foster doing exactly what the doctor prescribed, getting his first serves in and well.
Well, I don't think even Andrew Foster can believe the reception that he's getting out here. Some of these spectators have been here all afternoon, grabbing their seats as soon as the gates opened at 11 o'clock, not daring to leave their seats in case someone else gets them. There's Tim Gullickson in the middle there. Goodness knows what he thinks about it. I can't see Tim Gullickson doing the Mexican wave.
Time.
Quite an amazing atmosphere out here.
Thank you.
And this man is playing much better, more relaxed, enjoying it. Sampras 5-6.
15 long.
Halt!
They're looking for everywhere to watch this. Stairways and all sorts of curious nooks and crannies.
shot. He took his time,
Thank you.
he picked his shot, and he stuck to his mind of getting down the line.
Well, I don't know if that's a conscious tactic of Foster's to test out the shoulder, but it was certainly a poor overhead from Sampras. Foster had a great chance to pass him.
Once again, takes his time, he decides where to go, sticks to his decision, and hits a great shot.
Good.
The first time that Sampras has been taken to juice in this set on his serve.
Yeah, Sampras. 6 games all first set. Tiebreak.
In this match, Pete Sampras has hit this one shot, but Andrew Foster this time was absolutely there, ready and waiting for it.
Thank you. Quiet, please. Thank you.
Terrific second serve from Sampras. Well, it's easy now. All he's got to do is hang on to every service point, and he's won the set. Well, he might be grateful for a late call. He was struggling to get the Sampras return. 4.
And the way this crowd is reacting, it's worth at least 2 points, if not 3, in this tie-break for Andrew Foster.
Quiet, please. Thank you. For serve.
This is a wonderful backhand volley.
5-3, Foster.
Hit smooth as silk, right in the middle of the racket into the corner. Great shot. Oh no,
That was a really big point.
Foster. Thank you, quiet please.
Back on level terms.
A good shot. It was a very good volley from Sampras. Quick reaction from Sampras. Andrew Foster just slipped a little bit. He's just delayed his trip to the net. Full mark to Sampras though for that volley.
Second serve. Quiet please, thank you. Quiet please. Thank you.
He needs the ace. Match point for the #1 seed. Very coolly played by Andrew Foster. Immense pressure on the 21-year-old from Staffordshire.
Thank you. Quiet, please. Thank you.
His coach, Nick Brown, on the edge of his seat. 6-all. Just left.
Please.
This is where experience serve. And he did the business down the line.
Quiet, please. Thank you, Lieutenant. Thank you.
Second match point for Sampras. So in the end, an hour and 37 minutes of tension-filled tennis. It took Foster a long while to get going. But the number one seed quickly away. I'm sure he won't want to be smacked on that shoulder. Great effort from Andrew Foster. In the end, it wasn't enough. If only he could have settled down quicker, it might have been different.